Okay. Well, good afternoon and welcome to the PASSHE West virtual session for ESS. Thank you all for joining us. To confirm, we are recording this session, and if anyone is joining us, your video and audio will remain muted during the session. If anyone does have questions, please use the chat feature at the bottom of your screen. You may enter a question at any time, but it may not be answered until the end. At this time, I would like to introduce our representative, which is Melissa Santangelo from ESS. So as we get started here, Melissa, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and your organization?
Yes. My name is Melissa Santangelo. I am the recruiter with ESS. Our organization is an education staffing company. So what we do is we hire staff that we provide to the school districts that we work with locally. We provide them with substitute teachers, substitute PCAs, which are personal care aides, and we staff, well, actually my territory covers Westmoreland County, Allegheny County, Armstrong, and Indiana County. We are nationwide, but we have different recruiters for each area. So that is my territory that I cover, and I hire staff for this area.
Okay, great, thank you. What do you find that employees and interns like best about your organization?
I think they like the flexibility the most. Just hearing feedback from the people that I talk to every day, they like the flexibility of being able to make their own schedule. Because you're choosing how often you work. You can work every day if you would like. We have enough positions that if you are interested in working 5 days a week, you can, or you can work 1 day a week or anywhere in between. So you determine how often you work and also what locations that you go to. From all the districts that we work with, you can choose what district you would like to work in, what school district, or you can choose even a specific school within a school district and narrow it down that way. So, you have that flexibility where you're making your own schedule and deciding where you go.
Oh, that's wonderful and very helpful to know.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think makes your organization, in your opinion, unique from other organizations?
We have other competitors that do what we do, but I think the thing that makes us stand out is the school districts that we work with. So depending on the applicant, depending on what school districts they're interested in working in or what area that they live in, geographically you would want to work, whatever is closest for you. So I think that would make us stand out to someone or appeal to someone that, is looking to work at the districts that we work with. We have a whole list of districts that we can provide for you that we do work with in each of those counties. And, even outside of my territory, we have a listing of districts that we can provide for anyone that is interested in a specific area. So I think that would appeal to people, plus, like I said, the flexibility as well.
Oh, sure. Great. Thank you. What is something that most people don't know or would be surprised to learn about your organization?
I think something that would be surprising is that we are nationwide. So we are across the entire United States. We have expanded over the last few years. We started out as a regional company. We were founded in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, and we kind of branched out. We have covered the New Jersey area, Pennsylvania, and we kind of, were more northeast at the time. That was a few years ago, but we have merged with a few companies and have expanded so that we are now nationwide. So anywhere that you're interested in working, we can connect you to a recruiter in that area. So if it's not necessarily this area you want to stay in, we can connect you and link you with those people in that area for you.
Oh, that is good to know. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
As you get applicants coming in, looking for these great job opportunities, what is something you look for on a candidate's resume or their cover letter that you'd like to share?
The first thing I think I look for is experience or interest in whatever their past work experience is in working with children or even adults in a personal care setting. That is probably the most important thing, that you have personal care experience or you've worked with children in the past. I also look at, how many extracurricular activities someone's involved with, what kind of volunteer experience they have, how active they were, and how they were able to manage all the activities as well as, juggling their educational requirements as well. So someone that is able to multitask and able to handle a lot of things at one time.
Okay, good. Good to hear. Do you have any tips on what students should do or even not do in the job interview now that you've reviewed their resume and you want to bring them in?
Things that I think are important to me, that a candidate is able to maintain good eye contact, be able to hold good conversation, show that they are interested in the position. A way that you are able to show that is just by asking good questions, being prepared, looking at the company's background and knowing a little bit about the company before you come into the interview, to show that you've done your research and the background of the company and the position. So that does stand out to a recruiter. They notice that type of thing. So all of those I think are very important.
Wonderful. Okay. So what opportunities are available with your being in a variety of different locations? Do you have opportunities for alumni, soon-to-be alumni, current students? What types of roles do you have?
Yes. For alumni or graduates, we have, substitute teacher positions. If you're a certified teacher, great. Obviously, we need Pennsylvania certified teachers. We also are able to hire anyone that has a bachelor's degree in any field. So it doesn't necessarily need to be a teacher. It could be anyone with a bachelor's degree. And we can have you do what's called our guest teacher program. So that is a one-day training that we host. And once you submit your request to do that training, you complete that training, you're able to apply to the state for an emergency permit. And with an emergency permit, you're able to substitute teach in the classroom. So anyone, it's a wider variety of candidates that, would appeal to anyone with a bachelor's degree. We also can employ current students, because if anyone is looking to get experience just as a classroom aide or a personal care aide, a PCA, that's somebody that works in the classroom with a student one-on-one. You can do that as a current student, especially if you have a flexible schedule. Maybe you only have classes 4 days a week and you have one day that you're available, or you can do half-day sessions where you're able to substitute in the classroom and get some real classroom experience.
Oh, wow. These are great. And to back off that a little bit. So if you are looking to work in a different, state that may be, different certifications, things like that, that emergency type certification piece would be very helpful for them as well.
Yes, I know Pennsylvania, that's how it works. Anyone with a bachelor's degree can get an emergency permit. Other states do that as well. I don't know for sure which exact states do it, but I know Pennsylvania is really the most stringent as far as their Department of Education requirements. So if PA is able to do it, I am sure most states are able to as well.
Wow. Okay, great to hear. Wonderful.
Yes. I forgot to mention, we also have some clerical, cafeteria, and custodian positions as well. So anyone that would be interested in doing that as a current student, we have positions for those as well.
Wonderful. Great. Now, all of these positions are available probably on your website. Is that the best place for them to be looking for opportunities?
Yes. To apply, you can go to our website, which is www.ess.com. When you access our homepage, there is a place on the bottom left. It says apply here, or I can't remember what it says. Sorry. It's an area you just click on to start the application. And when you apply, you can apply to the position that you're interested in. And then you can also apply to either the county that you would like to work in or the name of the district. So you can narrow it down that way. And once you select the position and the location, then it will continue to walk you through the application. At this time, everything is done on our application. You can do everything online, submitting your clearances, submitting your TB requirements, any paperwork that is needed can all be filled out online. We used to meet with people individually to do all of that paperwork, but we've kind of gone paperless at this point. So that's good now, since everyone is working, you know, virtually and a lot of people are at home, they can access everything and do everything online right from their home.
Oh, wonderful. Good. This makes things a little bit smoother, especially for the summertime with
Yes.
not being in person at the moment. So that's wonderful.
Exactly. Right.
Okay. I do want to check in just to see. I don't know that I don't believe there's any questions at this time, but I do want to tell if anyone does have any questions, go ahead and enter them in the chat feature below. Melissa, is there any one piece of information you'd like to share or leave students with as we end our time together during this session?
I guess, you know, the most important thing is to start the process as soon as you can, as soon as possible, and just to maintain good communication with us throughout that process, because everything is done online and virtually now. It's really, you know, up to the candidate how fast that process moves. So the sooner the better. I know that we are staffing all summer long for the start of the school year. We will definitely need a lot of people to fill positions for the start of the school year. We've been out for a while, so I know, you know, we definitely will be staffing for that. And, you know, the quicker they get everything completed and done, we can get them hired in the system, and then they will be ready to go for the start of the school year.
Oh,
so the sooner the better.
Now, I'm like a follow-up question again. Sorry, I want to check since you're going to start staffing, are you actually interviewing in person? Are they virtual interviews? Do you happen to have any answers to that just yet?
Yes, at this point, everything is done virtually. What I do is I host 2 Zoom virtual interviews each week. So I send out, when someone applies, I send them that information. They can choose whatever session works with their schedule. I have several different options. They can let me know which one they would like to attend. And then I send them an invite for a Zoom meeting. And I go through a PowerPoint presentation that I typically would do in person. And it tells them everything about the company, how to go through the application process, what's required for them as far as paperwork and clearances and everything to submit in order to be hired. And then I also walk them through how they would be able to see positions once they're hired. So I go through that entire thing that I normally do in person. I've now adapted that to everything being online. So that is how we're doing it at this point, because our offices are still closed. So, you know, we're trying to adapt to the situation.
Wonderful. Okay, good to hear. Check in with Abby real quick. Are there any questions at this time? Let's see.
There are no questions in the chat right now.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you. So at this time, we don't have any additional questions. So thank you all for joining us today to attend the ESS session. Thank you to our speaker, Melissa, for taking this time to share information and hear all the great opportunities that are available and to start applying now. If anyone does have additional questions, Melissa's contact information is here on the screen. You are also welcome to reach out to your University Career Center or even check Handshake at your university as well. Thank you all and stay well. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.